Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to understand roots of polynomial for year 13 students and IB students. Let's get started. Roots of polynomials. First, we will understand that what are polynomials. Polynomials are algebraic expressions made up of one or more variables and a sum of terms involving non-negative integer powers of variable. What does it mean? It means that it has one or more variables. What are variables? Variables are either x, y, z, t, any variables. So it has one or more than one variables inside your equation. And the terms involving non-negative integers. Integers means the power of that variable should not be negative and should not be in the fraction. Let's understand this with few examples here. 2x square minus 3xy plus 5x is a polynomial because the power is 2 and here the power is 1 and the power is 1 here. This equation consists of two variables x and y and all the powers are positive, so that's why it is a polynomial. If we see the next example here, 5x to the power half plus 7x square y minus 8 is not a polynomial because the power of x is half, it's a fraction. So when there is a fraction here, it is not considered as a polynomial. X cube minus 3x over y plus 4y square is not a polynomial. This is not a polynomial because here you have 3x over y will be written as 3x y to the power minus 1. If you take this y in the numerator, the power here is 1 and when it will go up, it will be negative 1. In this case, you have a negative power, so this is also not a polynomial. Let's understand first quadratic equations. Quadratics. The quadratic equations ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is our quadratic equation. Because of the power 2, it has two roots. The maximum power in this equation is 2, so it has two roots. Suppose the roots are alpha and beta. If we factorize this equation, we can easily write this equation as bracket of x minus alpha, bracket close, bracket x minus beta is equal to 0. If we divide this full equation with a, then this equation will be written as, I am dividing this full equation with a. So a will got cancelled from here and this will be x square here. This will be plus b over a x plus c over a is equal to 0. If we open the equation, this one, let's open this here. This x will be multiplied by this one and with beta also. This will be written as x square minus of x beta. This alpha will be multiplied by both the terms. This will be minus alpha x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. X square, if I take out minus x as a common factor from here, this will be beta plus alpha beta is equal to 0. This will be written as x square minus x of alpha plus alpha beta is equal to 0. If we have to make the quadratic equation, then our general formula will become x square minus of alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. If we compare this equation with our equation this one, we say that alpha plus beta will be the sum of the roots which will be given by minus b over a. Alpha beta, which is the product of the roots, which will be written as c over a. So these are the values for sum of the roots and the product of the roots. Let's see one example here. X square minus bracket 2 plus px plus bracket 7 plus p is equal to 0 has roots that differ by 1. Find the value of p given that p is greater than 0. Because this is a quadratic equation, it has two roots. Let's suppose that the roots are alpha and beta. The roots are differ by 1. Let's suppose that first root is alpha and the beta is alpha plus 1. This is the second root we have. The sum of the roots, if I add both of them, alpha plus 1, which will be given by minus b over a, that will be written as minus of b is what? B is minus of 2 plus p over 1. Here the b value is minus of 2 plus p and the value for a is 1. If we solve this here, minus is positive and my answer is 2 plus p. This will give you 2 alpha plus 1 is equal to 2 plus p. If I solve this for 2 alpha, that will be equal to 2 plus p minus 1. 2 alpha is equal to p plus 1. alpha is equal to p plus 1 by 2. This is my value for alpha from the sum of the roots. Let's do the product of the roots also. The two roots, if I multiply them, alpha bracket alpha plus 1, that will be equal to c by a. What is the value for c? The value for c is 7 plus p. The value for a is 1. Let's divide it here. It will be 7 plus p over 1. My value is 7 plus p. Let's substitute the value for alpha, which is p plus 1 by 2 here in this equation. P plus 1 by 2 bracket close, p plus 1 by 2 plus 1 is equal to 7 plus p. P plus 1 by 2, let's take the LCM here. That will be p plus 1 plus 2 over 2. That will be equal to 7 plus p. This will be written as p plus 1 over 2 bracket of p plus 3 over 2, which will be equal to 7 plus p. 2 times 2 is 4. So p plus 1 bracket of p plus 3 over 4 is equal to 7 plus p. If I solve this here, that will be p plus 1 bracket of p plus 3. That is equals to 4 times of 7 plus p. Let's open the bracket here. That will be written as p square plus 3p plus p plus 3 is equal to 28 plus 4p. Here it is 3p plus p, which is 4p. Let's add it here and write down here 4p plus 3 is equal to 28 plus 4p. 4p will got cancelled from both the sides, and this will be written as p square is equal to 28 minus 3 if you move this 3 on right hand side. P square is equal to 25. The value for p, if I take the root, I will take plus minus root of 25. So the value for p is given by plus minus 5. They told us that p is greater than 0 in this condition. So I have to take p is equal to 5 as my answer. I can't take p is equal to minus 5 as my answer. So this will be the answer for p here. Let's understand the summation notation in this. Summation notation. The sum of roots alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a can be written as sigma alpha is equal to alpha plus beta. You have to add the roots and this will be written as sigma alpha. The product of the roots alpha beta is equal to c over a can be written as sigma of alpha beta, which is equals to alpha beta. In this case, this is only alpha beta because we are doing quadratic equations and it has only two roots. So the sum of the roots alpha plus beta will be written as sigma alpha, and the product of the roots alpha beta will be written as sigma alpha beta. How to write alpha square plus beta square in summation notation? If I have to write down this in the summation notation, first this will be written as sigma of alpha square, or I have to write down alpha square plus beta square in terms of alpha plus beta, because we know the value for alpha plus beta is minus b over a. If I have to convert this, I have to write it as alpha square plus beta square. I have to add plus 2 alpha beta and I have to subtract 2 alpha beta to convert it into the formula for alpha plus beta the whole square. The first three terms will be written as alpha plus beta the whole square minus of 2 alpha beta. If I have to write down in the summation form, this will be written as sigma of alpha the whole square minus of 2 sigma alpha beta. This is the sigma notation for alpha square plus beta square. Let's see the another form here. How to write down 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta in the summation notation. 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta will be written in the summation form as sigma of 1 over alpha. Or you can write down here as, if you take the LCM here, alpha beta, this will be beta plus alpha. If I have to write down in the summation notation form, this will be written as sigma of alpha over sigma of alpha beta. This is the summation notation for this one. Let's see the another form here. How to write 1 over alpha square plus 1 over beta square in the summation notation. This will be written as sigma of 1 over alpha square, or if we have to write down, let's take the LCM here. This will be written as alpha square beta square. This will be beta square plus alpha square. I have done it beta square plus alpha square earlier also. So this will be written as beta plus alpha the whole square minus of 2 alpha beta divided by alpha square beta square. This will be equal to sigma of alpha the whole square minus of 2 sigma alpha beta over sigma of alpha beta the whole square. This is the summation notation for this one. Let's see the next form here. Note that the difference between sigma alpha the whole square and sigma alpha square, they both are different. Sigma alpha square is basically alpha square plus beta square, and this is sigma alpha the whole square is alpha plus beta the whole square. So there is a difference between both of them. How to write alpha cube plus beta cube in summation notation? We know that alpha plus beta the whole cube, alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta bracket of alpha plus beta. This is our formula. From here, if we get the answer for alpha cube plus beta cube, this will be written as alpha plus beta the whole cube minus of 3 alpha beta bracket of alpha plus beta. This will be written as sigma alpha the whole cube minus of 3 sigma alpha beta and sigma alpha. This is the answer for the summation notation for alpha cube plus beta cube, or you can write down like this also. This will be written as alpha plus beta the whole cube minus of 3 alpha square beta minus of 3 alpha beta square. I have opened this equation and wrote it like this. This will be written as alpha plus beta the whole cube minus of 3 if you take out as a common factor. This will be alpha square beta plus alpha beta square. That will be equal to alpha plus beta the whole cube minus of 3 sigma of alpha square beta. This is the another form of summation notation for alpha cube plus beta cube. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Bye bye everyone.